talked about this.
Yes. Now, I didn't the first time through, and they had, like TSA agents, I could hear them talking. I see my bag getting taken. I'm like, oh, that's sand. But the little kids, everything's too much is going on. But also the sand and the shells, you run it through there, it looks like sharp little razor blades at times.
They're solid objects that have edges,
Yeah, but then there was also coconuts in there too. So there's a lot going on in my bag. And so they look, and I'm like, I'm sorry, sand, I forgot to tell you. He's like, it's fine, it's just a pain in the butt. So then he has to get out some sort of tester to make sure it's not drugs. He's testing it. Everyone's waiting for, my wife and the kids are waiting for me and everything. And so that was kind of annoying, hilarious. But then we get delayed. Our flight from West Palm to Chicago keeps on getting delayed. And then finally, and Matt, you can tell me, and you can chime in on this again, 844-770-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. This is more. Did I make the right decision here? Because at some point, the lady at the front desk was like, when you get to Chicago, you're not getting to Madison. Your flight is going to be gone. There's a 1 in a million chance. You're going to have to hope for that flight to be delayed for you to be able to make that flight. And that's highly unlikely. So she's like, you can fly to Chicago and then get a hotel and then come back.
Or get on the bus.
Or take a rental car or whatever. So a rental car, more expensive than a hotel. I'm like, I'm not doing that. It's like $350. So out the window.
But it was your flight was delayed in West Palm. At West Palm?
Yeah, it kept on getting dedelayed, so we kept on.
Was it engine issues or something like that?
No, they were very clear that I was not going to get any help on this. So they
of course. Here's the thing: if it's an act of God, it's not their fault.
Right,
but if it's maintenance issues, it's 100% on them.
Yes. And I was like, a credit, anything? They're like, nope.
So did you ask what the issue was for the delay?
She said it was and it still was not their problem, air traffic issue in Chicago, but it was the plane leaving Chicago couldn't get out fast enough because of air traffic issues, so then that's not their fault. And I was like, she's like, I can see right now that's the issue. I'm like,
the weather in Chicago slows them down because they're probably de-icing and stuff.
I was like, I have to take your word for this. So that was annoying, and that definitely set me off for a minute. But then my wife's like, well, I just want to get closer to home. I'm like, and initially I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I stopped. I'm like, wait, I do not want to have to go through TSA at O'Hare with his bag of sand and everything else.
Yeah.
The flight out of O'Hare leaves at 10 a.m. And so having done this before, if we arrive in O'Hare at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, we're not getting to a hotel and settled till probably 11, best case scenario.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, so then there's that. And then you can't mess around at O'Hare. You got to be there over 2 hours early. I've ran into plenty of times where the lines are super long and stressful. So
for sure.
All right, so then I was like, we're gonna have to get up at 6 to be there, and it's God knows what temperature there. It's freezing. So I tell my wife, I'm like, we're just staying, and she was kind of blown away. But I'm like, I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, what are the other can I just stay here and fix this tomorrow? Yeah. She's like, yeah, you can fly to Charlotte and then Charlotte to Madison. That's how we got down. I'm like, you know what? That's nice, easy 2 flights. We'll do that. And so I think I made the right decision.
You flying American?
Yeah, it was American, the only place to.
It's the only one that got into West Palm. Okay.
Yeah, so.
I hate that I know based on where you went through what airline you flew.
And I like Delta too. Because Delta, you'd probably do Atlanta more. And so, and I like Atlanta Airport. Charlotte Airport, but it wasn't the end of the world there. But anyways, I was like, Tanya, we're going to leave. We left West Palm. This is what's nice about the West Palm Airport. A mile away. So it took a $8 Uber. And 1 mile away to the hotel, less than $200 all in for the whole night, extra cost and everything. I was like, and they served breakfast in the morning. I'm like, we're going to be at the hotel in 8 minutes, and we're going to be able to eat dinner and go to bed, and we can leave West Palm Airport. You don't have to be there, but it's like Madison, about an hour early. We still got there extra early just to be safe.
Plus, you won't have to go find your winter jackets that are packed away, which I'm sure you're ready to use eventually.
Yes,
but
the whole thing. No,
that was absolutely the right move.
But so then,
and first of all, I'm going to take a quick shot at your wife.
Yeah, no, it's fine. She doesn't travel much, so she's.
I just want to be closer to home. It doesn't get you home any faster.
I know. Because my wife's like, it's just a wasted day, and I'm like, it's a wasted day regardless.
For sure, it's a wasted day regardless.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Well, there was a few times everyone in the family was like, "You're being a little grumpy." I'm like, "Cause none of y'all getting it." They're upset. I'm like,
Jim.
What are we doing right now? We're in West Palm and it's 65 degrees as opposed to negative 65. And O'Hare is a nightmare. The whole trip out of Madison was planned to avoid O'Hare with the little kids because they got sound machines and iPad. It's just a lot
Yeah,
And,
no,
like,
I
they
think
don't-
you
Yeah.
made the right move. I like that you put your foot down. You didn't let
Yeah.
your kids or your wife push you around.
Yeah, so everyone was upset. But
I'm the dad.
Right.
I get to make a call every once in a while, and I'm cashing that shit now.
I'm the only one that travels at all. And
Yeah.
so I was like, we're doing this. But anyway, they had to come back the next day through the airport. I told them this time, like, hey, I got sand. They're like, that's great. You told us. Doesn't matter.
We still got to test.
Yeah, and so they did the whole testing. So just plan on, moral of the story, if you are making your way with questionable items, specifically sand, I guess, plan on, not being, plan on that extra time. Yeah. No matter how you cut it, it's just going to be extra time there.
Yeah, so I guess I have fairly similar ones. No offense, a little cooler, because I would travel and I'd leave my gold medal in my backpack if I'm going to like some event or like right after the Olympics when I had it. I was going to do Fallon or, or something out on my travels. I always got a kick out of it because, it's a big brick of solid metal.
Yeah,
so like they're like, we're definitely checking your backpacks there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that old thing?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, I've definitely had inconveniences. They also pick up like my curling shoe. Common misconception: it's not a skate on the bottom. It's like Teflon. It's like a really hard, thick piece of plastic. It's like a 1/4 inch thick, and it comes up the same. It's like this is a solid, dense item. We need to check out what this is. So, like, my curling shoes get flagged like one every 4 times I probably go through TSA.
Yard Possum chimes in. Majority of stuff they confiscate, they sell on eBay. You can buy $150 knives. And that's not surprising, I guess. And I saw this. I think I said this when I was in Oklahoma City. They had a big, I've never seen a sign anywhere, a big sign with all sorts of different knives, including like some sort of bat.
Like a batarang.
Yeah. So, but in my head, I'm like, in no world have I ever been like, think I could bring a knife on a plane? Maybe.
But that's the weird part, because like it's contrary to popular belief, size does matter. Right? I was traveling with like an old backpack for years before the first Olympics. I had this like red one. It was probably like a Swiss Army or Vitronics or whatever the like little Swiss flag brand was.
Yeah.
In one of like the weird secret pockets that's like on the side.
Yeah.
I had like a 2-inch pocket knife, and I traveled with that thing all over the world.
Okay.
Never flagged. I literally was taking stuff out of it to transfer it to my new Olympic backpack that said USA and was Nike and was really cool. Opened that secret pocket to see what was in it. Pocket knife. And I was like blown away. I was like, oh my gosh. I might have gone to China with this thing. And the Chinese TSA didn't even flag it. Like, what the heck?
Too small.
Yeah. I guess, apparently.
It's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I just got this little 2-inch pocket knife in my bag.
They're like, poor guy, just let him go through.
He's got knife envy.
So also, like, what is the craziest thing that you've, like, accidentally gotten flagged for or thought or seen someone else get flagged for at the TSA? 844-770-3776. That's a Carbless Talking text line. JJ and Poinette chimes in. The only way going through a hair in that situation is remotely worth it is if you took a Lyft Uber home that night. That's probably $250, $300 at the current pricing model. I think it would have been like $1,000 because the rent-a-car was about $300. Because that's the first thing I looked at. I'm like, if this is under $200, I'll just do that. Like, I'll just rent a car and we'll just drive home. Not my favorite, but at least we'll get home and be done. The bus... Again, I haven't taken a bus.
I haven't taken that bus either, and
so
I always know it's an option.
Someone was telling one of our teammates out here in the Everlight Solar Studio was telling me they did that, but it was more of a work trip, and those guys, and I was like, I haven't taken a bus. I'm not just trying to bring the family on the bus and figure it all out together. Like,
not long ago, I had like a 4.5-hour layover in Chicago. I'm like, I could be home if I took the bus, or I could sit at Tortas Frontera, have margaritas, and eat a spicy Cubano for the 4 hours.
Me solo, I've definitely done that and just kind of hung out. And a lot of times when I'm traveling, I got a little bit of per diem. I'm like, all right, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I've never, honestly, I can't remember the last time I've been in O'Hare without being delayed, to be fully honest. Like, that flight from Madison or Chicago to Madison is very much hit or miss, like, whenever that's going to happen. Which is why on the way back, I'm like, you know what? We're doing Charlotte. I don't even want to get near O'Hare. I'm not messing with it. But, there was no good options out of it, and we just took the best one we could.
Not a bad choice.
And then I guess, Matt, I'll ask you, like, is O'Hare's been the toughest airport I've come across as far as like the TSA, getting to it, traffic, the whole thing.
They also have weather.
Yes.
right? Like, the biggest gong show of any airport is definitely Atlanta. Atlanta is nuts.
And I've never flown to, driven into Atlanta and then flown out of there.
See, I've never done that either, but just
yes.
dealing with people getting on the shuttle that takes you from terminal to terminal, it's crazy.
Yes.
And that to me is the busiest, wild one. I think it is the busiest airport in America. But O'Hare has to deal with de-icing, and then they don't I feel like they don't always plan for stuff like that. You get probably weirder weather. The occasional, obviously, coastal weather you can get down in Atlanta. Not that it's a coastal place, but hurricane does move inland. But you get random super windy days and stuff is delayed in Chicago. The weather is just different.
And I've heard Denver is weird to navigate.
TSA is the worst.
So, and again, I flew into Denver, and I guess my one time flying in and out of Denver, there was a lot of turbulence, and I've been told that it's just
in the mountains. Yeah,
it's just how that airport's going to work. But then it wasn't too hard to navigate. But again, I only had to go down a few terminals, and I was fine. So I can't speak to that.
It stinks to get a rental there because it's off-site, so you have to hop on a shuttle and then get shuttled 2 miles away to this rental area that's in and again, the Denver airport is built in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So you get sent, you feel like you're on that bus that Andy Dufresne was on heading to Shawshank, right? There's nothing around for miles.
Yeah.
You're out with all these other people and their stuff, and you're just man, I hope no one calls me fresh fish.
Right. Yeah, because I've done Newark and I've done L.A. and Miami, and O'Hare's just the biggest pain in the butt.
Yep, I agree with you.
Yeah, no way around it. You can chime in. What's the biggest pain in the butt airport to fly out of? I haven't done Milwaukee much. I don't think it's pain in the butt. It's just more of
easy. Getting to Milwaukee is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It's I have an airport in my town.
Well, and that's the difference. The Milwaukee and Madison pricing usually isn't that different.
Right.
And so then
because it's not really a hub unless Milwaukee's got the destination you're going to.
On a direct flight.
On a direct, it doesn't really behoove you to do that.
Right, and they did have one, but it was Frontier, and I don't know, the last time I flew a Frontier was a long time ago and it wasn't great.
Yeah. So your kids they're gonna whack your kids $20 to bring a backpack
right,
on.
But that was the other part of it. Yeah. So the pricing was not really as good as you thought. And I was forget it, I'll just do the quick layover in Charlotte and fly down instead of the direct flight to
one of the big three.
Yeah. So you can chime in on that worst airport to fly out of. You also chime in on the weirdest thing to get flagged for you at TSA. On that note, I did watch Meet the Parents on the trip, so there was a lot of good fun TSA stuff in that. Then I watched Meet the Fuckers, so I was like, I hadn't seen him in forever, and I'm like, you know what? These are good movies.
I thought he was going to beep you out.
I thought he was going to say, you know what? Fuck it.
Well, I'll say this.
Wow, Ryan, that was close.
Well, I said fuck.
I know you did. It's just so close.
Two things. First was that they have, when they did that movie, the name Gaylord Fokker, and then his wife, Martha Fokker, they had to find one person in the United States that had the name Fokker for them to be able to use Fokker as
Can we
the movie.
stop saying it? It's making me uncomfortable. I feel like I'm going to get the whole segment torn away.
There's a whole thing they get Fokkerized, and that's in the movie. They Fokkerize them.
I think the Badgers
the
were
Fokker method of raising a baby instead of the Ferberized, they Fokkerize.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the Badgers were actually considering, or there was a hot OC candidate, last name Fokker, for the Badgers this past offseason. Imagine if that had been the case, guys.
Man, I would have learned his first name and just exclusively used that.
I'm going to look it up. Let's see what it was. It's Georgia Tech's OC.
Anyways, people in Chicago, I would imagine, very, very happy with their head coach. We'll talk about maybe the rivalry attempted to be spiced up, and we're going to be spiced up at 5 o'clock. We do the payoff of our spicy
hot sauce
challenge with David Kaplan. But Metcalf's Market, obviously fantastic.
Yeah, and they've got all the hot sauces you could want. They probably don't have this DeBomb because they don't want to kill any of their patrons, but they have some terrific stuff, I tell you what. And not only great hot sauces, they've got the best selection of cheese around. They've got that Piedmontese beef, that Italian certified beef that you can only get at Metcalf's Market, Wauwatosa, Hilldale, and the Westtown Mall area. I can't stress this enough, guys. Go get a Metcalf's Rewards membership. It's free to sign up. Thousands of coupons every single day. Things that you're using every single day, like paper towels or toilet paper. There is deals for you. Money to be saved. Deals to be had. Go check out Metcalf's Market and bring local home.
Keep your calls coming in. We've gotten or texts coming in. We've gotten a few on things you've been flagged for by TSA, kind of mistakes made. I don't know how forgiving they were, but chime in on that, and we're talk Bears, Packers. Coming up next is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Are you taking GLP-1 injections like semaglutides, but wondering how you can keep the weight off long-term? Or maybe the weight just isn't coming off as quickly as you thought it would? If you weren't given a specific food plan to follow, you might be at risk of putting the weight back on once the injections end. At MadisonWeightLoss.com, our supervised nutrition plan could help support you and maximize your weight loss results now and empower you with the tools to keep the weight off long-term once the injections end.
Hi, it's Jesse Nelson, and yes, you can achieve that New Year's resolution to be healthier and drop unwanted weight. I lost 40 pounds during my 60-day program with Madison Weight Loss. It really works. Schedule a free consultation in person or virtually at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we offer a proven approach to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day without exercising or prepackaged foods or counting calories. Plus, our strategies can help you keep the weight off long term. Don't wait. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Just announced 0.99% APR for 60 months on select new 2024 Audis. Eligible models include the Q4 e-trons, Q4 e-tron Sportbacks, and the Q8 e-trons. No down payment required. Monthly payments equal $1,667 per thousand financed. All offers require qualified credit through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 3rd, 2025. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com and see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Searching for the perfect brunch spot this weekend? Look no further than the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., indulge in the Great Dane sweet and savory brunch menu paired with mimosas, Bloody Marys, or one of their signature beers on tap. Enjoy at any of their 4 Madison area pubs, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Learn more and view the full menu at GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Continuing our conversation about weird TSA flags. As I got flagged with a bag of sand, they were concerned that my name was Jimmy Montana, and I was Montana, and I was bringing back some party favors.
Did you pull your kids up and say hello to my little friends?
Metrokia of Madison Oy.
How long you been sitting on that one, Matt?
Honestly, it just came to me.
So well, then I'll give you a pat.
It was inspired. Yeah.
He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. We're in the Everlight Solar studio. You can chime in on weird things you've been flagged for at the airport. The Carbos Talk and text line 844-770-3776. Joe and the Boonies. I was once on a school trip, and we were leaving San Francisco to fly back to Madison. I forgot most of a 2-liter Coke in my duffel bag, and rather than waste it, I downed it. Good thing I had 90 minutes of waiting before I ended up having to get through the TSA, but it was a dicey decision. He almost ended up having an accident. And then someone else chimed in, Matt in Madison, bag of refrigerator pottery or poetry magnets as a Christmas gift. So someone gave him a bag of those.
Magnets?
Yep. Metal.
Fair. Yeah. That's fair. One of the more embarrassing ones I've had is I was traveling with my beard trimmer.
Not your 2-inch knife?
No, not at this time point.
Okay.
So with my beard trimmer, because at the time with the 2-inch knife, I don't even think I could grow a beard.
Okay.
This beard probably 3 years ago, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what, maybe I put my water bottle away. Well, as I was going through TSA, I dumped out the water bottle, put the water bottle back in my backpack.
Yep.
I think I turned it on unknowingly. So they're like, your bag's vibrating. And they're like, it's oftentimes shavers, but every once in a while, it's something else. I was like, whoa, it's not that.
Trust me, my face doesn't show it, but it's a shaver.
I'm just embarrassed. You guys make me nervous. You're like airport cops.
Yes. So, you can chime in on different things. Prime, do you have anything that...
I guess I'm just a little bit smarter about what I bring to the airport.
Well, you
guys.
have to check your shaver, or you can't check it because it's a lithium battery.
Yeah, I had to take my...
You got to put it on your carry-on.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just throw that. Yeah, because lithium with the pressure.
No, I believe you're right, but I'm thinking of like, have I ever done that? I don't think I have.
Because I had mine in a check bag, and then they're like, hey, we have to put it underneath, and they're like, any lithium batteries? And I was like, I didn't know for sure. I was like, I'll just put it in my actual carry-on.
I'm pretty sure whenever I've flown like that, I've never brought like an electric shaver. I've just brought like a regular razor just because it's easier to travel with.
Right.
So I guess that's never been an issue for me. I keep all my blades stored securely. I'm a professional.
Yes. Fair enough.
And they're bigger than 2 inches, let me tell you that, all right?
Okay, easy,
Trust me
Ryan.
here.
Easy, Ryan.
It sounds like a little overcompensation on your blade side. I want to get to Matt LaFleur versus Ben Johnson and all of this stuff going on, but we're tight on time here, so I want to instead, and we'll get to it next, but I will throw out we'll throw this one out at Jim, Matt, and Molly, and on Twitter. And again, you can watch us on YouTube. You can see us right now. I got a little bit of tan down in Florida, not much. My wife was smart on let's everyone lather up in the sunscreen so we don't burn. And I was like, that's a fair point.
Come on, the sun's like as far away. This is the darkest 5 weeks of the year.
Our skin has not seen the sun in God knows how long.
Well,
that's not the closeness.
You're right.
It's the we've all had the same. I remember vividly St. Patrick's Day being out here in Wisconsin and burning because I didn't even think about sunscreen and being burned for like a week.
Well, no, for the kids it's fine. You should you could have handled it.
Yeah, well, I put on whatever
that grizzled old skin of yours.
Yeah. I'm like a leather mitt. I didn't use I used whatever AmFam gave us at the last AmFam Championship, the little golf one. I was like, perfect. So whatever that SPF was, it's not labeled.
Trust us, it's sunscreen.
I was like, all right, it worked enough. But I come back and there's this big to-do about a concert coming to Camp Randall. Everyone's all excited.
Jeez.
And it turns out to be Morgan Wallen. And
wow, did they hype that up for like the day before. They're like, guess what? We got a new artist coming.
Right. Wasn't he? I mean, it's not like wasn't he in Wisconsin a year and a half ago?
He was at AmFam, yeah, I think last summer.
Yeah. So like, okay.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, that was a work thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Jim
right.
went to it. Are you going to this one?
No, only if I have to. It was a work thing.
Yeah, someone's gonna invite you for work and be like, "Oh, guys, I have to go. I got invited. It's gonna be my second Morgan
we were in
Whalen
a suite.
Do you want to borrow my leather cap?
Yeah, maybe
My
I
cowboy
will.
cap.
Yeah,
you fit right in, bud.
It is funny when you go to a country music concert. Everyone plays dress up.
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
a cowboy and everyone's a cowgirl, which
sure.
is immediately off-putting.
I got a belt buckle if you want to borrow that too.
I had to be on my best behavior because my wife likes country music, and Morgan Wallen's not her favorite, but she at least knows she listens to country music. So she's like, "I'll go with you, but you can't be an ass." And I was like, "Okay." So like, I had to lock
You know
it up.
how hard that is for me?
At the country music. Luckily, nobody we went with played dress up, so like no cowboy hats. They just wore normal clothes you'd wear to a concert.
Yeah, maybe
but,
wear a flannel.
Yeah,
right.
like,
Get a little cowboy, but not go full. I'm heading to the ranch.
Right, exactly. So we went to this, and it was not. Honestly, he's not good. It was not good in concert. Like, I can just say that flat out. It wasn't that good in concert. Like, he's not a great singer. He's not really a songwriter. He's a front man. He's not a great musician. It's fine. He's like a pop artist. Like, he's pop artist, but for people like country. So I want to ask this, then we'll head to break here. 844-770-3776. It's the Carbos Talking text line. Who would you, and this will be our first Siding Unlimited poll question, who would you want to see perform at Camp Randall? And the caveats are someone that would perform somewhere large like Camp Randall, like Bon Iver was here and he performed at Bree Stevens. I think that's probably as big as he wants to perform at. I guess I don't know for sure,
you
but
might be
like,
right.
yeah. So one, they
like
want
Hosier or
yeah,
Hosier,
someone who would want to perform in a
Right.
large venue,
Okay.
and then two could fill it.
Okay.
And so those are the two caveats there. So I want to be somewhat realistic. They don't have to actually be on tour, but if they're as long as they're like still a band, like if you wanted to say Metallica,
So I can't say Led Zeppelin.
right? I want someone that like still a band, still touring. If you wanted to say like Metallica, they don't have to be specifically on tour this
Right.
summer, but like
This
just-
is a really long Siding Unlimited poll question, by the
it
way.
is. You don't have to add all those aspects to it, but I just want for people calling in. I want to add a little
what should
bit.
be our options on the poll question?
Don't give options. Just say it has to be a real, like, just it's a
Okay.
comment.
All right,
Realistic.
we want people to chime in on it. 844-770-3776. But if you're listening, I want those caveats in it because otherwise, I don't want to know who's your favorite artist. I want to have a little bit of thought into it, and I don't know who they could have pulled, but Morgan Wallen, I think you and I are the same. It ain't it.
Yeah, not for me. Doesn't tickle my pickle.
Well, I was going to ask Chrissy a question, but no, I don't want to.
Is he allowing this to happen?
Do you think it tickles Fickle's pickle? You glad I'm back, Brian?
I mean, guys, this is hot radio right now, guys.
It really
Really
is.
is.
Your finger's just been hovering over the dump button for like
It's been hovering
35 minutes.
It's been hovering over a lot of things today.
You know what? When I was down in Florida, a lot of people looked and said, "You know what? This guy looks like he works out." They go, "Do you work out, bro?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I work out at Carbon."
Sure.
Yeah, I
Do
work
you
out.
even lift, bro?
I do lift over at Carbon World Health up in Madison, Wisconsin, and you can take GLP-1s from Carbon World Health, and you can actually talk to a doctor. And if you're going to take GLP-1s, talk to a doctor, and then you can also talk to a nutritionist, and they have trainers on site as well. So if you really actually want to get the full results, what you're looking for with GLP-1s, then go to Carbon World Health. It's the only option available. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
All right, we're actually going to do a real sports show, Matt Hamilton. No more talk about pickles or 2-inch knives or bags of sand. We're locked in.
Okay.
If you missed any of that, you can listen back Wisconsin on the Man, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places.
Only took 42 minutes for us to get on track.
Chrissy Birdsall's in the studio, Everlight Solar studio with us. Maybe someone that'll be clipped and put out on social. Probably not. Ryan probably.
Yeah, just bags of sand. Yeah, a lot of sand talk today.
Yeah.
Quite literally sandbagging for the first 42 minutes.
Yeah, I guess.
Waka. Come on, play it for yourself. Okay. You deserved it.
He's primetime Wollershine. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Jim from Madison says he'd like to see House of Pain at Camp Randall because we did ask the question with Morgan Walling.
That's a good one.
Morgan Walling coming to town and nobody in the Everlight Solar studio being super excited about that. We wanted to ask, who would you like to see play at Camp Randall with the caveat of hopefully they could fill Camp Randall. I think that's one that's no way Camp Randall's not filling with House of Pain. I grew up,
but what are they gonna? I must be ignorant, but are they just gonna play the jump around for 2 hours? Because I really can't think of any other House of Pain songs that were bangers.
Yeah, the lead singer
Everlast
sang that song. Don't you really know what it's like?
Yeah, I know, but House of Pain's not singing that.
But he could sing it. It's his song.
I mean, I guess so.
Wasn't there DJ from Limp Bizkit? Maybe they could take songs of other bands they went to afterwards and play them.
I mean, maybe. I was just like, that's the shortest concert ever.
No, that's more of like the Brewers, I think, have done this where you do, and the Bucks have is like, Ja Rule performs at halftime of a Bucks game.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, you got like 3 songs, you got like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
This would be
it's
fine.
perfect.
Yeah.
You can play like you want to just
Yeah.
cut the band for one halftime show, or I guess between the third and fourth quarter, and play House Pain plays live.
Yeah, like if the Badgers ever got to the college football playoff, like have House Spain come in and do
the third quarter, end of the third quarter. That'd be good.
Rory in Mount Horeb is M&M. I saw Eminem at the Bradley Center. And I've seen him at the Rave. I enjoyed him more at the Rave, smaller venue, kind of a cooler setup. But the Bradley Center was the Up in Smoke tour, and that was pretty good. Big arenas, because that was the other thing working against Morgan Wallen. Concerts at big arenas. After seeing Morgan Wallen at that, I was like, the acoustics, and maybe he's just really bad, but like none of it was like, I got to see that again in a large, massive venue. Like if Taylor Swift goes back on tour, I'll figure out whatever I can do to get them to see Taylor Swift. But otherwise, like a stadium tour to me, I feel like that's very hit or miss on the actual.
Well, I mean,
music.
the sound's not going to be as good. It's just stadiums aren't built for that.
You know who I really wouldn't want to see? Ben Johnson live in concert.
You really want to get this?
Yeah.
Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, chimes in. Richie Houghton opens for Daft Punk. I know you guys know who Daft Punk is. So, okay.
I mean, I would go see Daft Punk.
I think they could probably do it.
Mm-hmm. And they've got enough songs you could do a full set.
Yeah, I think they could. That's not a bad one. That one works. You could chime in on that. And then also, let's hear from, I know you guys were really up in arms over Ben Johnson. Attempting a joke at his press conference. Let's hear Ben Johnson.
I know this is the toughest division of football right now. There's 3 teams that made the playoffs this year. I've got tremendous amount of respect for the coaches and the players in this league, having competed against them for the last 6 years. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, you're talking about 2 guys that are up for Coach of the Year awards as the season ends here. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
The dramatic pauses get me.
I
really enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur 2 times this a year.
Well, his whole delivery is like that, and there was no follow. I mean, that was the end of his statement.
Also,
so
you know what else
hold for
bothered me
applause,
too? And this is kind of semantics. He was talking about the North being the best division, and then he says, I have a lot of respect for coaches and players in this league. And I think he meant division again.
Gotcha.
But he didn't want to say the same word, like be too repetitive or something.
I think he had a lot of answers very much like planned out.
Yeah, 100%.
I also think that he is a corny guy, because there was also another part where someone's like over here on the right, and he does this sort of like left, right, and looks to the right, trying to be funny again. Again, it's an opening press conference. The guy that's the first time speaking in front of the media.
That's what I said. I was like, sure, this was awkward, but I'm going to give Ben Johnson a little bit of a break, because when you've got a guy like Dan Campbell, he is soaking up the energy in that press conference. Like, you're off the hook.
Well, and then also, like, I've seen some really bad ones, and the press conference aspect of it really doesn't matter in the idea that those who cover the Bears have been said that like this was actually a pretty competent press conference. Coaches are going to have moments where they try to be funny and it lands
That's
flat.
what Cap's going to say?
We'll find out. But like LaFleur has had some pretty pathetic lines as well, and it doesn't make him a good.
His are just annoying coach speak for the most part.
And so like I wouldn't call, like, and we can ask this, like, who are the cool coaches in the NFL? I can't name a lot. Pete Carroll just got a job with the Raiders.
Yeah.
And Sean McVay.
I think
McDaniel
does a good press conference.
McDaniel is
but also
divisive.
like cool. Like,
Well, yeah, but at least there's something there. You can dive into it. Matt LaFleur just like,
He has
we need
a
to play better.
personality.
Yes.
That's fair, yes.
Yes. LaFleur, and then when he tries to joke, it's very closed off coach speak,
dry.
joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, and that's what my whole point, like Ben Johnson and Coach LaFleur give off more similar vibes than I think I want to acknowledge.
No, I acknowledge
I
that.
think they're of the sort of analytical offensive guy, But here's why Coach LaFleur works, and this is the only way that Coach Johnson's going to work, is Coach LaFleur works as the Packers head coach because he's authentic. And they know he's not trying to be, and I think the times he's failed or had some rough spots is when he tries to be something he's not. And I think that's where Jeff Hafley comes in well this year and works well for them. But being able to be a coach who the players know, like, if you're a dork, then just be a dork. And, like, whatever it is, and Matt, you can speak this, you don't have to be Dan Campbell. You just have to be you. And if 100%. You're authentic, and I think that's where LaFleur succeeds. Shanahan, by all accounts, is kind of a nerd as well. So McDaniel's kind of nerdy. He's just kind of nerd chic now with his outfits and the way he talks. And he's kind of leaned into his personality.
Do you say Campbell for press conferences? Because I think Dan Campbell does a good press conference.
His first one was pretty bad. That one got pretty bad.
Well, maybe the first one, but I'm saying just in general.
These guys settle in over time, and if you win, you'll settle in. The thing that more than anything else with Ben Johnson, and set aside the play calling, all that kind of stuff, because he did it for 3 years, and I think that matters. But the players that he coached on offense, all of them to a T, are not using coach speak to talk about their coach and how happy they are for him and how much they're going to miss him. And so, like, that to me says he owned that side of the ball. Does he own the special teams? I don't know. Did he own the defense? I don't know if he can do those things. That's the big leap. But it does sound like he had control of that side of the ball and actually ran it. Like Matt Nagy didn't. LaFleur, I think, was it a year at Tennessee? He
One
called
year
plays?
with the Titans. He was
but
the
he
OC.
did it at least for a year and called all the plays. The Bears have never hired a guy like this. I don't know McCarthy's background as far as calling plays before he came to, and that's harder to find back in the day. I feel like O'Connell had some experience calling plays and has been around for a while. So those are things that lead into it of like you're setting yourself up for success, but it'll never be set in stone. But I wanted to ask this question. This will be our ESPN Madison poll question or Sign Unlimited poll question. Which personal rivalry is most likely to become a thing in the NFC North? Matt LaFleur versus Ben Johnson, Jordan Love versus Caleb Williams, or other, and you can fill in the blank on that one. So you can just chime in. If you mark other, then give us a reason other. I could see, you could see Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson having one. Do we call Dan Campbell and LaFleur? There's not much of a rivalry there, and I'm not saying because the Lions always win right now. I'm just saying that the two have not really come at each other.
Right.
I don't think they ever will. If I was going to bet on a rivalry, it'd be LaFleur and O'Connell or LaFleur and Johnson or Johnson and O'Connell, just from personality types.
Yeah, I could see the Johnson one, especially with him kind of setting the tone in that press conference, calling out LaFleur.
Yeah, and then quarterback-wise, I think Caleb and Jordan have the best example. J.J. McCarthy doesn't seem like he provides a lot of juice, and
Goff is just Goff.
Yeah, so those are good. I don't know if they're going to happen, but those seem like the most likely to happen. If you need to protect your home or business, contact our good friends at J&K Security Solutions. When I was on the other day, Jeff listens all the time because he texted me right afterwards and told me how wrong I am because the Bears always get excited about a coach until they're not excited about their coach. So that is fair. But I did point out, I believe Packer fans probably had hope year after year before Brett Favre arrived. At least every once in a while, thought something good was going to happen.
We had the Magic Man.
Right, exactly. And then he was no longer magic. But J&K Security Solution can work magic for your business or your home. So if you need to protect your home or business, contact our good friends at J&K Security Solutions. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. The Xavier Lucas transfer drama making its way to Monday's Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez. Coach calling for the powers that be to step in to resolve the big picture issue.
Sooner or later, you'd like for the NC2A or someone to put their arms around it and have restrictions and guidelines that people have to follow. And if you don't follow them, you're going to be reprimanded, you're going to be dealt with. It's the Wild West right now. I just don't like it. I'm glad I'm not involved in it.
The Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez, streaming Monday nights at 6 on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel.
Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at PellaWI.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me. how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. If you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no payment financing until 2026. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Molly, thank you so much for hopping on. You obviously have carte blanche to join the show whenever. Now, Evan Cohen did think that you might actually be on the show more during your maternity leave than Matt Hamilton will be on during the same time.
Okay. I'll take the challenge.
Molly,
okay.
we want you to be better and rested and ready to get back, and I don't want to lose this.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Where I see my role is as a supporter of him. This offense will be calibrated with him in mind. We're going to build this thing. This is not simply a dropping of a previous playbook down on the table and starting there. No, we're ripping this thing down to the studs, and we're going to build it up with him first and foremost, and then with the pieces around him next.
That was Ben Johnson talking about Caleb Williams, and we'll have to see what happens with the Chicago Bears. We have David Kaplan coming up in a little bit to pay off our hot sauce bet. So, Joe and Sun Prairie.
Do we try and interview him like after the hot sauce, like on Hot Ones, where we're just dying like, oh my gosh, David?
And I think we're saving it for the end, just in case. But we'll ask him some questions. But Joe and Sun Prairie, yeah, we're talking a little about it because neither team.
What did he say?
He said we're talking about the Ben Johnson press conference again. Well, we're bringing it on, Matt and
Jim hadn't been here. And he's the actual Bear fan,
right? But also, Prime and Matt are having a good time laughing at Ben Johnson. And as I said, I believe on Blue Sky, the Packers are basically the Bears with one extra game. Like, I mean, they're not doing much in the playoffs here. So, like, you can.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, we don't.
What a hater.
We don't have any Packer. We don't have any Packer stuff to talk about. Your trophy is not as dusty as the Bears trophy, but it's dusty. And so, like,
it's a pretty big difference.
It
in
is,
dust.
but it's dusty.
One's looking more like a fossil. The other's looking like it needs a little cleaning.
Yours is dusty.
Yeah, it's in this millennium.
Well, it's dusty. And
it's dusty. Yeah. It's dusty. It's not an ancient artifact.
True, but it's still dusty. It's working its way. It's working its way towards it. So that's why
Swiffer, we're good. Couple free agent signings.
Like I said before I left, a 15-year-old, or let's go be safe, a 16-year-old Viking fan and Packer fan have the same amount of trophies that they've rooted for in their lives.
Oh my gosh,
15-year-old. You're right. Yeah.
If they're good fans,
Actually,
they're definitely claiming 4 for the
Would
Packers.
you rather be a 15-year-old Lions fan, Packers fan, or Vikings fan?
Packers fan?
Lions.
I'd rather just be 15 again.
The history. For the history.
Yeah, 15-year-olds.
Your team has a legacy.
15-year-olds love the history.
Yeah, because
what were the Packers doing when you were 15?
Winning?
Yeah, so you didn't care about their history. You care about them winning at that moment.
Yeah, but I also cared about I might feel different if they didn't win the first 2 Super Bowls. That was that's such a cool thing to
just
say.
A branding thing.
Oh, totally, it is. But I am here for it. It's Super Bowl 1 and 2. Thank you, Green Bay. I'll take credit for that one, even though I was not even a glint in my dad's eye at that point.
But that's the thing. You don't now. You have to now. You kind of have to harken back to the glory days.
Well, I mean, I was alive for 2 of the 4.
Right, but I'm saying that the last one was a long time ago. Your trophy's almost old enough to drive. If it gets the vote, then you really got to put away the the pedestal that you're on.
Oh no,
but
I will never get off my pedestal.
I will say that you had Packer fans of your age. You've had a lot of at least very successful seasons to root for that you've been able to. You don't have to look back. Bears fans have to look back because 85 is the best thing that's happened to them.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been a lot in there. Packer fans don't have to look back. But right now, if you're a 15-year-old and they obviously forget where you're from, most 15-year-olds are picking the Lions right now.
Maybe. But that's just because kids nowadays are dumb.
Prime?
That's an opinion, not a statement of fact.
You kind of said it very matter of fact.
What are you asking me to chime in on? What, your question or Matt's statement?
Both.
15-year-olds are dumb. I'd say 25-years-olds are dumb.
But also 15-year-olds have been historically dumb.
Yes, okay.
Across the sands
history
of time.
of the universe.
Yeah.
That's a
15-year-olds are always dumb.
It's a great take,
especially
Jim.
15-year-old boys.
It's one of your best takes. Yeah, 15-year-old boys. Yes, very skewed heavily.
Yeah.
And then your other question was what?
What do you think, a 15-year-old, if you just forget their where they're from, 15-year-olds are probably picking the Lions right now.
Yeah, I think especially because they just have more dynamic personalities on their team right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown has his own podcast. Jameer Gibbs is electric. Jared Goff, obviously not an electric personality, but
Hutchinson,
I think, is
cool
especially
player to watch. Yeah,
a lot of Michigan fans are out there, so yeah,
I think
pull for him.
this sounds more dramatic than it needs to be, but I think Packer. If there was a little bit of waning of Packer fans when they kind of flocked out to Seattle, I think there was a little bit with Russell Wilson. There was, I don't know, 1-2% of kids who might have been Packer fans, who might be Packer fans now, but for a while they were more Seattle fans. The uniforms
that
were cool.
electric green was a cool color back then.
And then Russell from
Now
being
it's
a Badger,
annoying.
being a Badger, and then going out there. So I think there was a little bit of you lost a little bit of fandom there. Not a lot, but I think you lost more to Seattle than you did Chicago during that window.
I guarantee we did.
Yeah, and also more to Minnesota or Detroit too. Seattle is probably your biggest rival as far as poaching fans for that little window there when Russell was there being successful with those awesome uniforms. 844-770-3776. We are asking this Siding Unlimited poll question. Which pair of NFC North counterparts are more likely to become personal rivals over the next few years? LaFleur and Ben Johnson, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams. LaFleur and Johnson is in the lead right now, followed up by Love and Williams. Here's what I would feel very confident in saying. If it's LaFleur, and this is the right way to vote, if it's LaFleur and Johnson, then it will likely be Love and Williams. Because that means both coaches are still around and their quarterbacks are successful.
That's true.
So I think for the Bears to be successful, and this was interesting, actually we can tie this to the Packers. Benton Johnson said at his press conference, more than turnover ratio, it's the quarterback that is the biggest separator right now in the NFL. That you used to look at the old school, what's your turnover ratio, and turning the ball over and getting turnovers just isn't what it used to be. And look, are the two best quarterbacks in the NFC playing right now?
I would say one is the hottest, and the other one was one of the best this season, but he's been on a bit of a slump right now. Jalen. He hasn't thrown for more than 180 yards in 2 games.
I'd say Stafford is better than Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
But I think Jalen had a good season. So I'm like, I'm not going to knock him. The guy had a concussion, has bell rung, sat for 2 games, and then has been trying to come back since.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his total touchdowns this year because he had 18 passing against 5 interceptions, which is an incredible ratio. And then his rushing touchdowns this year, here we are. He had 14
rushing.
Yep. So 14 plus 18, so that pushes them over what, 30?
Yeah. Outside of the rushing, Jaden Daniels and Jordan Love had very similar numbers, like picks, touchdowns, yards. But the rushing, 88 or 83 for Jordan Love, like 800 for Jaden Daniels.
Jeremiah Madison chimes in. My kids want to hear you eat the spicy stuff. Is that coming up in a little bit there, Prime?
It is in a few minutes,
All right, so Cap's going to be joining the show, and then at the end of his interview, because we do want to be able to talk to him, we will do the spicy sauce, and that will definitely be on our socials as well. I'm not looking forward to this whatsoever.
I brought gloves. This is so spicy, Jim.
Which is smart, because I've definitely rubbed my hands or
use
to
the restroom.
Yeah.
That's a hot dog.
Yeah, that's a ruined night. Either way, honestly. Whatever. Yeah, I won't say that. So you're welcome.
You're trying to bring some spice into the bedroom, Jim?
No, I was going to say, what is going on with Ryan? Can I go to break? What's happening?
I told you stall.
I've
in
been
your
stalling.
Ear.
Well past now stall. Like I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but we can continue to stall here. Let me tell you about Chalmers Jewelers in Madison. Or in Middleton, custom jewelers. You can get high-end watches. You can get custom jewelry. You can get engagement rings. You can get custom engagement rings, custom wedding bands, all that at Chalmers.
Get it refurbished. Remember, I had some family heirlooms from my mother-in-law that she wanted to get, shored up. She was afraid she might lose a rock.
Yep.
Chalmers, no problem, Matt, is what they told me.
You can take something and get it cleaned, or you can get your diamond upgraded. So if you bought a diamond and you wanted to get it upgraded, especially if you bought it from Chalmers, they'll give you the value of the diamond that you bought towards the new value of the diamond.
And I will say the coolest thing, too, is like the way that they're able to not only do the 3D CAD design for your custom jewelry, they print it out with a 3D printer so you can see it. It's obviously, it's like green or it's whatever color plastic or whatever they use for the 3D printer, but you can actually get a feel for it, see what it's going to look like, make adjustments. They can't be more welcoming and easy to work with than for a jeweler.
Absolutely. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. And one of the things, Matt, that I wanted to look at, going back to the quarterback thing, is with Hurts and Daniels, is Jaden Daniels is someone that, with his rookie scale deal that Mark likes giving me a hard time for.
We had him on, and I was like, rookie scale deal, Mark?
NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Right now, Commander fans are in much better position than Packer fans with their quarterback.
And Bears fans.
We're not talking about the Bears.
I'm sorry.
It's a Packers show, Ryan.
Clearly.
Jaden Daniels has set up Washington for success, and they get to not have to pay him for a while. C.J. Stroud, I would imagine, also on his rookie scale deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
he's
look
just
at that.
finished his second season.
Or your MVP likely winner in Josh Allen or MVP winner in Patrick Mahomes, which my whole case has been, it's kind of been MVP or bust.
Unless you're a field tilter? Yeah.
Yeah, and so Jalen Hurts is the one aberration, but I think by all accounts, he would have won the MVP if he didn't get hurt the last time they went to the Super Bowl. He got hurt during the season, and that kind of torpedoed his chances at that. So, if Mahomes plays Jaden Daniels, my theory is etched in stone. But also, I mean, it really is.
Just ask him.
Yes. Well, it's not. Here's the thing. It's not even my theory.
I don't think a rookie has ever started in the Super Bowl.
What's it? But I said rookie scale deal.
Okay, fair.
And so we'll take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll talk to Cap on the other side, and we'll do this payoff. This is Jim Matt and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. And the Packers hoping to take a positive spin on the coaching carousel as they still need a new quarterback coach for the Green Bay Packers after Tom Clements retired earlier this offseason, but possible former Green Bay native Bobby Slovic could be a potential candidate. Slovic was the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans over the past few years, was a hot coaching candidate 2 years ago, but was let go after C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense took a bit of a clunker this season. He was also overlapped some of his time in Washington with Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news, notes, and coverage from Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. Also, while you're there, check out all the news on the Xavier Lucas situation with the Wisconsin Badgers and listen back to yesterday's edition of The Jump Around as Shahan Jayaraj, CBS sports reporter, gave the full breakdown of the Lucas and Wisconsin situation and what it could mean for the transfer portal moving forward. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly with David Kaplan now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other. And can you imagine Caleb Williams throwing like his fourth touchdown pass, the blowout of the Packers at Lambeau, and then he's giving you the claw?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You ready for it, Matt Hamilton?
You're delusional.
You're right. No franchise can ever turn it around before
Your
Sean
fate
McDermott
is
showed
already
up.
written, dog.
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Coach?
Coach, your cell phone's as bad as the offense right now.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
You know, honestly, hearing that open, I forgot about the iconic one-liner from David Kaplan, too.
Yeah.
Ex-Bears coach Eberflus, because Matt Eberflus, trying to Mike LaFleur, Matt Eberflus, and just the failure of the offense and the failure of his phone line is what that was from there. And that was legendary from David Kaplan. I'm Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton. Primetime Wollersheim with you. We are in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, the Coors Light.
How do we not have? We should be able to bend the good karma policy on Coors Light when we're taking. Matt, before we get to Cap, and Cap, how we're going to do this, we're going to ask you a few Bears-related questions, and then we'll get to this, because I don't know how the interview will go or how this will all go after the fact.
This isn't Hot Ones.
Yeah, so, Matt, give some scale to our listeners. If you're just tuning in, you can see it on the YouTube page. We are going to be paying off our bet with David Kaplan, the Bears-Packers bet. Now, we were very close, a fingertip away from Matt Hamilton being the one that had to do all the hot sauce, but Caleb Williams, 1-0 in 2025, 1-0 at Lambeau Field. Caleb Williams in 2025 owns the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if that's on Wikipedia or not. But with that being said, we are now paying off the bet. And that bet, Matt, you brought in some hot sauce. So tell everyone who's listening what this hot sauce is that me, you, and David Kaplan will be paying off with this bet.
So, first of all, how's it going, Dave?
What's up, boys? Good to be with you. When I got to put freaking rubber gloves on, I think I bit off more than I may be able to chew, and I like spicy.
Yeah, you know, we were talking with Danny, and he was telling us
from ESPN Chicago.
From
Danny
ESPN.
Zetterman.
Danny as in the Jayhawk Zetterman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, Cap likes hot sauce. I'm like, dang it, I kind of wasn't getting that vibe, so I thought this bet was going to be good. So I think you'll be able to handle it. But for our listeners, a little context to this. This hot sauce is called Da Bomb Evolution.
We have Josh in Sun Prairie who says, Da Bomb makes your whole body burn for hours. It takes time. 10 worst hot sauce experience I've had. Good luck.
Yeah. So it's not
great.
good. It is on Hot Ones. For context, a jalapeno is about 4,000 to 8,000 Scoville units, which is the measurement for
Cap's got a jug of milk. We should have done that
for hot sauce. The bomb, on the other hand, is like 2.4 million Scoville units. So it's a lot of jalapeno.
Oh my goodness!
And Jim, we're gonna be able to handle this. I'm gonna dip the toothpicks in like an inch in.
Okay.
And then you just gotta lick it off the toothpick.
Okay.
Don't put your lips around it.
Did you give Cap the tip of? Go ahead and give Cap the tip.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was recommended, because I had some friends that literally covered wings in this.
Oh my gosh.
And ate a wing each, and they survived. They said they had a very uncomfortable afternoon, but they survived.
Okay.
Cap, the trick that I'm going to tell you is it's going to feel weird, but lick the hot sauce off the toothpick. Don't like purse your lips around it, because you do not want this hot sauce on your lips. First of all, you will look like Bozo the Clown with a red, just give it a lick like it's a lollipop or an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Because if this gets on your lips, you will be very upset with yourself.
So my wife is making like a special dinner for us tonight.
Yeah.
And she said, "Is there any sporting events you have to cover tonight?" I said, "No." She's like, "Well, let's have date night." And I'm thinking, wow, date night, trying to kiss her if I have this stuff on my lips
would be a
not
disaster.
go well.
No, I guarantee it won't go well. So, we'll lick the hot sauce off the toothpicks and not have to worry about getting it on our lips, because that would be a big mistake that you will regret for hours to come.
All right, do you want to ask your bear questions before we get to Captain?
I mean, we should.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, in your Bear fan honest opinion, what did you think of Ben Johnson's first interview or first media session?
He was freaking phenomenal. He was sensational.
I mean,
thank you.
By what comparison? For like Bears coaches, or just like in general for any head coach to go up to the podium for the first time?
I've been doing this a very long time. I'm older than both of you guys. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've covered Bulls press conferences, Blackhawks, Bears, White Sox, Cubs. The only hiring press conference that rivals Ben Johnson was either Joe Madden when he came over from Tampa or Theo Epstein when he arrived. That's the only two. There's nothing even close. This guy knocked it out of the park. And let me just tell you right now, you guys are dead. You're paying a middle-of-the-road quarterback $50 million a year. It's
55.
Over. 55.
55. Don't get it twisted.
And I like Jordan Love. I'm a Jordan Love supporter, but he's not $55 million. Oh, no.
And that's been my general take on him.
Yeah,
is that
I think
more that he's being overpaid.
After this season, I'm kind of feeling that, but maybe there's always tweaks to be made. He has those
We should have swept, and you guys should have been 0-6 in the division.
Oh man! And then I would have been in real trouble doing this hot sauce solo. So I'm really glad.
Well, because Caleb would have had 2 comebacks.
Carl
last
Brooks,
drive,
right?
Yeah.
Was it Carl Brooks? I'm
was
really
Carl
glad
Brooks.
he got up for that one and was able to tip that kick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because the thing, Cap, that I've been trying to tell everyone here is that the Bears, first of all, never do this move, but they kind of, it sounded like the Raiders and Tom Brady were wooing him hard, and the Bears actually made the move that made the sense to tie a young and up-and-coming play caller with 3 years of play calling experience, this isn't Matt Nagy, to a quarterback, and Ben Johnson was pretty adamant, one, that he really wanted to be in Chicago, and two, really wanted to work with Caleb Williams. Those are two things that the Bears have not done in my 44 years. So I'm with you on the press conference, and honestly, I was going to guess Madden for one of them as being – because Ben Johnson was good. He had some –
Wildy was really – he had mentioned Lovie Smith's first interview, and he thought that was pretty good.
I don't remember that one, but –
Oh, please.
No?
Wildy, you're better than that. Lovie Smith was horrible at the podium.
I think Wildy just likes Lovie because Lovie was a good guy.
Yeah, and I think – again, I think Wildy was referencing one thing Lovie said, where instead of trying to take a shot at Matt LaFleur the way Ben Johnson did.
Cap straight out. What did you think about the?
Yeah, did you think that was funny? First of all,
the LaFleur, the shot at LaFleur.
Hilarious. It was hilarious. Now
it was it was hilarious with that execution. Those dramatic pauses really kind of knocked it out of the park, don't you think?
Well, he has got to now execute. They've got to win. Mm-hmm. So it's a great rivalry if the teams are competing and both teams win. It sucks when you get the living you-know-what beaten out of you all the time. So the fact that Caleb led the Bears to a victory at Lambeau was sensational, man. But now we want bigger and better.
All right, we're going to throw to this audio real quick so you can hear it one more time in the dramatic pauses.
Okay, all right. He knows
Just
it.
for our fans, too.
All right, go
People
ahead.
are chiming in.
All right.
I know this is the toughest division of football right now.
We're just stalling.
There's 3 teams that made the playoffs this year. I've got tremendous amount of respect for the coaches and the players in this league. Having competed against them for the last 6 years. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, you're talking about 2 guys that are up for Coach of the Year awards as the season ends here. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
See, it just got it worked because it got under your skin.
I mean, maybe. I just thought the pause was. You got to rattle it off. He seemed like he had practiced that in the mirror.
He's not Bill Burr.
Times.
Like, it's a coach.
No doubt.
Yeah, he definitely practiced that, right? That speech.
Oh, there's no question. But he had no notes up there. None. That was all off the cuff. We got a new sheriff in town, boys, and his name is Ben Johnson.
All right, I feel confident, Cap, that next year if we pay off a bet here, it'll be Matt having to do a double dip. So,
look, Matt Eberflus might be the kind of guy you want your sister to marry, but guess what? He was a horrible head coach.
Yes.
Horrible.
Without a doubt. And the Bears hopefully have broken that string, at least by, look, last year they drafted the quarterback everyone wanted them to draft. And look, the jury's still out on him. I mean, Daniels he's a year older and 20 more starts in college football than Caleb Williams, so maybe we give Caleb, and Bo Nix more starts than that than Caleb Williams, so maybe we give Caleb time to grow into being a quarterback. And by the way, they didn't have 2 head coaches and 3 offensive coordinators and 7 offensive lines. So before we write Caleb off, because Cap, I actually heard you this morning, I think it was I know I heard Hood talking about it, but it was Canty said that Caleb Williams is Sam Bowie, which was a bit insane.
Yeah, and I love Chris Canty, but that he might have woken up this morning and said, "Hey, hon, have a good day. I'm going to go say the stupidest thing I've ever said in my career on the radio."
It was pretty bad. Yeah, that's a big reach. Do you know who Sam Bowie is? That's the guy drafted before Michael Jordan.
He's the one that had the Bowie knife and
no.
He fought at the Alamo.
No.
He was a 7'2" guy from Kentucky that Portland took, and then we got Michael Jordan the next pick.
Yeah.
All right. That is a mistake.
Yeah, not the same comp, though. Honestly, as I point out, Mr. Jordan Love is the 4th best quarterback in his own quarterback draft class. So, you can be 4th and still be pretty good. So if Caleb turns out to be the 2nd best quarterback in his draft class, he still can be really good.
Yeah.
But he can still be better than Daniels, dude.
There's still time.
All right, we should do
what
this.
What there's not time for is for us to keep stalling this hot sauce. So, Ryan, I don't know if you want to do the dazzling details on there, so do I Chrissy take over? But
I think I'll do the play-by-play, and Chrissy can do the color for us.
All right, and how are we working in Cap? Are you watching Cap so we all can do this together then?
We got all 3 of you guys on the screen.
All right, so
Jim,
I'll set this up one more time. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Dave Kaplan from ESPN Chicago. We are paying off our Bear Packer bet that Matt Hamilton brought in the bomb hot sauce, which is featured on Hot Ones. It is basically ungodly hot to the point of we are using gloves because we don't want it to touch our hands and then us touch other parts of our bodies and then ruin our night further. So we are going to pay off this bet in a second here. We mailed it down to Cap. He has gloves. He had a special container. Matt Hamilton is now dipping the hot sauce, dipping the toothpicks into the hot sauce here. That is more than enough. as Matt's,
goodness.
I'm not.
No, you don't have to go.
Okay.
I'd say
Do you guys have milk there?
No.
Do you guys have milk?
That was a mistake on our end of it. We did not plan this correctly. So
your fine producer said to me, make sure you have milk because water inflames hot sauce.
Yeah, I was going to grab it, and I learned a little hack. Actually, today I Googled it. Gordon Ramsay thinks that when he was on Hot Ones, he was doing lemon juice.
So we have lemons here?
Squeezing lemon. No, I don't have anything.
Great. Look, awesome. I wanted to make sure our guest was taken care of. The hosts can fend for themselves.
Aren't you our producer? Aren't you supposed to make sure that how are we doing the rest of the show if we can't fend?
Oh, don't worry. We got it. We'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I got a plan.
All right. All righty.
All right. So it is pretty well coated. Maybe I'd say an inch of it, Jim.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
right
like
there.
basically the size of my pocket knife that I used to carry around in TSA.
All right. Are we Matt or Ryan? Are you going to go ahead and give us the countdown, or how
And
are we
remember,
doing this now?
Cap, lick it off. You don't want this on your lips.
Got it.
Why do you keep saying
And
that?
how long until we get the reaction?
I don't think it's going to take very long for us to be really uncomfortable.
I will say our sideline reporter, our digital producer in studio, Chrissy Birdsall, just said she can smell it across the table from you
Great.
guys. So good luck, boys.
Yeah, and I'm
Alrighty.
really glad I wear gloves because
Are
it's
we-
already on my fingers.
Are we counting it down?
I'd say just 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Middle of my tongue is hot.
Whoa.
Yeah. Why did you do so much?
Because it wasn't that hot at first.
You licked the whole thing like a
Oh
lollipop.
my gosh.
Why did you do that, Matt Hamilton?
This is
bad.
wild. Oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable.
What were you doing?
So, my
It's
friend
hot.
did tell me, and we've tried this. This will, like, he had an entire pot of chili that he hadn't
Also, this
spiced
glove
yet.
adds to it. This is not. Oh,
And
Yeah, this looks
he
like a scene from Dexter.
dipped it into
Oh,
the
my
hot
God.
sauce.
Can I take
and
off my? Jeez, I got an undershirt on. I'm hot. This
yeah,
is hot.
my entire
Oh my
mouth
God.
is burning and my tongue feels like it's swelling up.
Wow.
Why did you
I got
do that?
some on the
Cap,
roof
how are
of
you
my
doing?
mouth.
No. Oh no. I feel like
I mean,
gotta
it's
dip my
bad, but
lips
it's kind of
here.
like, I kind of don't hate the pain.
The milk
Like, I don't
helps.
think I
gotta
want
be
any more
honest.
of that, but
Okay.
like,
Woo.
Masochist Matt Hamilton. I don't hate the pain. Is,
Right,
is the
yes,
money quote
yes.
from this segment, guys.
It's not
really-
as
it's my
it's
friend
not
said
as
it tasted bad.
horrific. It's not as horrific as I thought it would be. But
is it just like a stinging, or is it what kind of pain is it really?
Yeah, it's like a stinging.
it's just like it it kind of envelopes your mouth. Like
Yeah.
wow.
It's like a da bomb. A da bomb went off in your mouth.
Because mine is expanding. Because initially I followed Matt's advice. Now it has touched the roof of my mouth, and I'm worried it's a little bit on my lips. But I just licked it, so it's literally the middle of my tongue feels split because it's literally the middle of my tongue,
Yeah.
and right now it felt like someone has cut it with a hot knife.
Yeah.
and that's how my
it
tongue
feels
feels at
like
the moment.
it's just spreading.
Yes,
You know?
now it is spreading out throughout
Could
my
you
mouth.
imagine eating a wing of this?
So Cap,
No.
Matt,
shot. And I
Matt
like
took
hot.
the whole thing. Yeah, Matt,
I
Matt
cleaned my toothpick.
Matt cleaned his whole toothpick. So I guess he came the closest to it. but
As
woo.
did I.
Wow, good
stupidly.
for you. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we gave you a healthy amount. We made sure you could coat that toothpick nicely.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine a wing though.
No, my gosh.
Oh,
Like, this
God.
on your lips would be brutal.
Yeah. They
Or
must.
Can you imagine it being on my lips and then I go kiss my wife?
No.
She would not be happy.
That'll end the date
Yeah.
night real quick. Yes.
Real
That'll
quick.
end the marriage real quick.
Wow.
At least in my family, it
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. Ooh.
Man, it's not getting any better.
Nope. No, it is
My
not.
tongue hurts really bad.
It is getting progressively worse, is how I would describe it.
Cap, what would it be like if you had to do another 35 minutes of radio after that?
That would suck.
Yes, lucky us.
This was a good bet, though.
It was a good bet. It
It
was a good
was.
bet. Cap, thank you so much for hopping on. Enjoy your date night. Remember, be careful when you kiss your wife later. All right, thank you.
Bye, Cap. I'm
We'll
not
see ya.
waving
All
goodbye.
right, you
I'm
guys be
fanning
good.
myself.
We got you got to come up to the lake house in Oshkosh and we go out on Lake Winnebago.
Oh,
I'm in.
Absolutely.
I am super in for that.
yeah, awesome. Thanks, Cap.
I'll bring
right.
the hot sauce.
We'll see you. Yeah, don't bring the hot sauce. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're going to try to cool off during the break.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite game, Response in Wisconsin. Guess the most popular responses from Wisconsinites. Okay, here we go. What's your least favorite thing about winter in Wisconsin? Gina Della from Pella.
Let me guess. Frozen toes? Oh, I know. Driving alongside bumper cars every time it snows. And then scrambling to find someone to watch your kids because they're school closed. Yeah! Let's face it, this is just the time of the year when we just want to all be warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Pella Windows and Doors is the best choice to make your home just right. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years.
Thanks for playing Response in Wisconsin.
Hurry! You only have until January 31st to get 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
When I jumped
that hot sauce, Matt. If you're just tuning in, we just paid off Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, David Kaplan. We all paid off our hot sauce bet, Bears versus Packers. And we each had to take a lick of the hot sauce here, the bomb hot sauce, which I think was 8 out of 10 on Hot Ones. And it's hot. I am struggling more with, I'm getting very, phlegmy. And so, I'm having a hard time with that. Your mouth is on fire, Matt Hamilton?
Yeah, my tongue feels swollen. I touched it to the roof of my mouth, and the roof of my mouth feels like I just ate a bowl of stale Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Cut the
up.
hell
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Mine is more of it's weird that I can, and I'm concerned about this, trace the what's the word here? The way my body is digesting the.
Yeah, my stomach doesn't. I can feel it already in my stomach.
I can feel it on my tongue and then on my lip a little bit, down the top of my mouth, and now I can kind of feel it going down my throat, a little tab in the stomach. So
it was a bad idea to just clean the toothpick.
Can you keep us updated on where it's at by the end of the show? Like, just tell us the exact precise spot.
Sure. Right now it is just, I would say, near the bottom of my esophagus. So.
Okay. Well, we want to make sure we know when it gets to its final destination. All right.
Yeah. Well, I will call you angrily.
Me?
Yes.
I did not sign you guys up for this bet. Remember,
This was my idea.
This was Matt's idea. This was always Matt's idea. I'm the one who just followed through on it.
Yeah. Well, good job, Ryan. Way to be a good producer.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you like how I made sure Cap had some milk and made sure to give him some instructions?
I mean,
on what
I
to do?
did say I was going to bring in ice cream.
Yeah, you did.
And forgot.
Yeah, I see. I thought you guys had it handled.
Yeah, clearly.
I thought Jim was going to bring in his bag of sand, use that to like numb his mouth, just put it in there. Jimmy Montana,
in
right?
case it got in his sinuses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought that's what the sand was for, to be honest.
I honestly would have rather had a spoonful of sand. I think
that would probably do a pretty good job, actually, of just like putting like something to just dull the taste in your mouth.
I don't know if anything's dulling this. Like it sucks.
Take us behind before we get to Don't Quote Me. Take us behind your decision to lick the whole toothpick, because you told me, and I just put it in my tongue about an inch and just licked, and I can feel exactly. I can't imagine it all the way in my mouth because I can feel exactly where I licked, and it. Yeah.
So, first of all, you know, like spices that build. Like maybe you go to your favorite Indian restaurant and the first bite's like, ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah.
And then you eat another piece and then you eat another piece and then you're like, whoa, I went too hot.
Yep.
That's kind of what this is like.
But you've done that before. Like, I've had that experience. That's why I was like, I'm not, like, the first lick, I'm like, this isn't horrible. But I'm not, I'm going to listen to Matt and then I'm going to stop.
Yeah, mostly because I felt like it was.
You got cocky.
I did get a little cocky. Yeah. I just felt like this wasn't quite enough. And I was like, I dunked this toothpick all the way in there. There's more on the pick. I didn't want to leave any on the table. You know what I mean? Leave it all out there.
I gotcha.
I can say with full confidence, Da Bomb is going to be in the trash after the show. And it's where it belongs. Yes.
Molly doesn't have to pay off this bet. We don't have to mail this up to her.
Oh my gosh.
I think that would be endangering just her entire family.
Child endangerment.
Yeah. Actually, we could be the home field, national security.
This would have
security.
induced labor if it was prior to her babies being born. So
yes. I would not have given it to her if she was pregnant. For sure.
If she took it while pregnant, her babies would have just come out as little devils.
Yes.
They would have came out.
Oh my goodness.
Pitchforks.
That said, I think her family could probably handle it.
Well, they are Arizona people.
Yeah.
So before we get to Don't Quote Me, a little bit of news. So one, Bobby Slowick, I wanted to share this. Let go as the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. Rod Demoski and others have linked him as a possible fit for the Packers quarterback coach because he's from the area and him and LaFleur are friends. And that would make sense. I would imagine that Slowick might get a few opportunities to be an OC somewhere else. He's 37 years old, but he might have to take a step back and be a QB coach for a year or two and then work his way back up. Bobby Slowick, a year ago, was a head coaching candidate and was credited for the early development of C.J. Stroud. Funny how things can change in a year. C.J. Stroud not as good. Went from 274 to 217 yards per game. Bobby Slowick went from future head coach to now quarterback's coach. So, everything you do in your rookie year is how your entire career is defined. But then also Al Harris, former Packers cornerback, former coach he was the passing game coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Some reports have him going to the Bears as their passing game coordinator. So a former Packer and Al Harris could be going to the Bears as their passing game coordinator. All right, let's get
I
to
really liked Al Harris. Was he the one that said, picked off Hasselbeck after
when he said we want the ball and we're going to score?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Al
and
Harris.
Harris
picked
picked
that.
it off and
sure,
scored this.
Sure is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get to Don't Quote Me.
We're not saying it's gonna happen.
Let it ride!
But if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well...
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said...
Yeah, guys, I think I don't really even have to say it, but I expect some pretty spicy, some pretty hot Don't Quote Me predictions from both of you today.
I'll be spitting fire.
Yeah, exactly. So, actually, Matt Hamilton, why don't you get us started then? These are our long shot Don't Quote Me predictions, which we typically did for Packer games throughout the season, but Packers been eliminated for 2 weeks now. We're going to do it for the AFC and NFC championship games. Matt Hamilton, which one are you picking?
I think... I'll say Jaden Daniels gets it done against Philly.
I thought you said hot.
Don't quote me. Like, give us a.
Come on.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're probably like 7-point dogs right now.
No. You're doing exactly what Jesse Nelson did last week.
And then not only that, he will have 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns.
4 total touchdowns.
4 total touchdowns against.
Is that bold enough for you guys?
Yeah.
Against the Eagles defense? Yeah. Oh, how many turnovers?
None.
Okay. That's what I like. That's what I wanted to hear. All right. I think that's bold enough.
The Chiefs will beat the Bills.
Oh, really?
Chiefs win.
Chiefs win.
A game-winning field goal, much to my chagrin.
Favorite kicker.
Yeah. I don't know. McManus isn't great either.
It's a high bar.
The kicker you want to introduce to any women in your life.
High bar.
Neither one of them, actually. They have a kickoff of people you want to introduce to women in your life. And then, so I do think it's going to come down to a game-winning kick that Butker will make. And I will say that Patrick Mahomes, I guess 3 touchdowns is kind of big for him at this point. Do we have... Actually, you know what? I'm going to make the change.
I don't know what his average is.
The Chiefs have not scored 30 points in a game. So the Chiefs will score 30 points, win by a field goal, and Mahomes will throw 3 touchdowns.
Win on a last-second field goal.
Last-second field goal.
Now, see, Matt, you want to see what a spicy don't quote me is? Take notes.
Okay.
Just saying.
Honestly, I kind of forgot what we were doing.
Obviously.
Because I am not thinking very clearly right now.
Right.
Do you want to stick with it, or do you want to?
No, I still think that's pretty good.
His is pretty good still. I think Commanders winning and Caleb. Wow. Jaden Daniels getting 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 2 rushing, 2 passing.
Yeah.
It's pretty specific. I think we can stick with that.
Can I add something for the Eagles here? Their offseason additions.
Oh, yeah.
Saquon Barkley up for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. He's a finalist for that.
He's a finalist?
Yep. According to the
No,
same
you're
people.
right. You're right. I saw that.
Is there any chance he wins it?
There's a 1% chance.
Defensive Player of the Year finalist Zach Bond, former Badger.
Nice.
Signed over from the Saints. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Quinyon Mitchell. And then Cooper DeJean also up for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So 2 more additions. And then Assistant Coach of the Year, Vic Fangio.
That upsets me because I wanted the Packers to take Cooper DeJean.
A lot of people wanted DeJean. Quinyon Mitchell would have been nice too.
Did he go 2 before the Packers picked though? I feel like they didn't have a shot at him.
No, because the Eagles had a higher draft pick than the Packers did this past draft. So yeah, that he was never in reach, but yes, both would have been nice. I think had Adrian Cooper been healthy all year, I think he would have had a chance to be nominated for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Adrian Cooper was a great pick.
Yeah.
They just can't seem to figure out their first-round
Jordan
picks.
Morgan was the miss, as of right now.
Yeah. Bullard looks like a nice pick, but Cooper looks like the guy who could be the game changer out of that draft.
We better hope so.
Because otherwise, I'm just trying to look. The year before would have been who's the game changer out of...
Tucker Kraft.
Cooper has a higher ceiling than Kraft. But yes.
Matt Hamilton.
I disagree.
I think Kraft will be a very good player. I don't think he's going to be the top 3 in the NFL tight end type player, but I think he'll be.
He's going to be next year's.
I think Cooper could be a guy who is one of the. Now it's an inside backer, but one of the better inside backers of all football.
Tucker Kraft was going to be a top 3 tight end next season, and then Matt claimed him as one of his guys.
That's true.
Get out of here.
Yes, so now he's going to have the worst year of his career because of Matt Hamilton.
No way.
Packers' career is basically over, actually.
I called LaFleur. We're scheming him into getting him open. Easy passes for Love. We're good.
Goody should just try to trade him now. Trade him high at this point. After he saw the clip we put out this morning, he should be like, oh, God, Matt Hamilton did it again.
Why is he nicing my guys?
Why is he nicing your guys?
So, like, it's a golf thing and definitely a Frisbee golf thing. You don't nice someone's shot until the ball comes to a stop because if it's, like, going in the hole and you nice it, it's not going to go in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That is neat.
So, like, don't nice my guys.
All right, well, you better stop nicing Packers players. All right, well, it was nice of Molly Brown to chime in today as well.
Okay.
She had her Don't Quote Me prediction from up at the zoo.
Hello from me and Olivia. My Don't Quote Me for this week is for the AFC Championship game. I think Josh Allen will finally beat Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs will only score in the single digits. Go Bills.
So opposite picks of me there. That's
That is a good bold
opposite.
pick, though. I do like that. Keeping the Chiefs to single digits is going to be tough.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
The over-under in that game is 48.5. And I decided to make this pick because a lot of the things I've been reading that people really are pounding the over on that. So obviously, in my scenario, we're talking 30-some points, and Josh Allen hasn't played great, and it's going to be cold, but whatever. And I mean, Holmes hasn't played great either, but like Josh Allen, that last game, he was not the star of that game for the Bills. And I think Josh Allen is very good. But
I mean, I would agree, but he had some big plays.
He's not.
You're right.
He's
You're
the
right.
MVP.
He didn't make any mistakes, is what it was, which is honestly that's what Mahomes does. He just doesn't make the mistakes, lets the other team do it. And Lamar Jackson had the big gaffes.
127 yards rushing, 73% completion percentage. I mean, Josh Allen played.
That's how many he had against the Ravens?
Yep.
He had 127 yards rushing?
No, passing. I'm sorry. Passing. I'm sorry. That's a rushing. That's passing. Yeah, passing. He played fine. I mean, his team won. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You'd rather have that than some other game where he goes out and balls out and he plays great. Against the Chiefs, 262 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Okay. It'd be interesting.
It really comes down, for me, I think the Chiefs' defense is better than the Bills' defense, and I think that Andy Reid is a better coach than McDermott.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm leaning. And also, there's baggage. Like, I don't believe in the do. I believe in the baggage. As someone, as a Bears fan, and you hear Bears players, they're in their own heads. That's why that win over Green Bay at the end of the year, no matter how they got it done, matters for some of those players, because it's like, we never win, and you got a win. Now it feels like it's possible. The Bills, it's not to that level, but they don't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Sorry, Matt started fanning himself again. I think he just got a second wind.
Yeah, it's like moved down to my stomach now. My stomach's like churning from the hot sauce. The mouth is cooled off though. I'm back, but like, drunk's not the word, but I don't feel all there.
You feel you're buzzing.
Yeah,
I think that's what I've heard them say on
Sauce Buzz.
Sauce Buzz. Yeah, there you go.
That must be what it is, because this is not as fun as I was hoping it would be.
That's my South Beach sauce. All right. Well, guys, I'll give my don't quote me before we go then. So my prediction for the Commanders-Eagles game, that'll be the highest scoring game of this playoffs.
Ooh.
More than the Lions-Commanders, which was 45-31.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting fireworks in that game, guys. I think there's going to be a lot of defensive scores that are going to help that, by the way. Because I think, like you said, Zach Bond, Quinyon Mitchell, some of those guys. And I think Jalen Hurts, he's ripe for a bad game. He's going to have a bad game, but Saquon's going to ball out. And then the other one I'm predicting is that Patrick Mahomes is getting sacked over 5 times in the Bills-Chiefs game. I think if the Bills are going to win, they're going to need to get after him, cause a lot of problems. See if they can turn some of those pressures into sacks.
Pressure.
But I think that's how the Bills win.
All right, so before we go here, who are you picking to win the games? Just curious.
Yes.
I mean, if you made me put like my own money on it, I think the safe bet would be probably Eagles-Chiefs, but I want the opposite to happen. So I'm gonna say I want Bills-Commanders Super Bowl.
You want a very low-rated Super Bowl, but yeah.
Would that be low-rated? Bills being in the Super Bowl, I think people are tuning in.
I'm just talking. I mean, I know Kansas City's not a major market.
Compared to Eagles-Chiefs, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm just talking, Philadelphia being a major market and Chiefs being...
the Chiefs, the dynasty, where all the people who want to jump on the winning bandwagon.
Or you hate on them and
you're
watch
gonna,
I also think
I'm going to hate watch that Bills game.
You're underrating the amount of fans that Washington has. They have a pretty widespread fan base, too.
That's true. That's true. Well, yeah. It's very East Coast, but not that Kansas City's that far west.
Yeah.
But I would say, obviously, I want to see Philly Chiefs again. I want to see a rematch there.
Really?
And I actually think if that happens, I think the Eagles win.
Oh.
Chiefs win.
You think Eagles would do it this time?
Yeah, but you guys just don't want any part of seeing a team win 3 in a row, which has never happened.
I mean, if it happened, I'm going to be like, okay, that was pretty cool. We got to witness history. I'm not cheering for it.
I need it to be how it happens. If the Chiefs win this game and then the Super Bowl the way they won the Texans game, it's going to infuriate me and I think a lot of people. If they win because it feels like they're getting a lot of calls and it's just like kind of like winning in the margins football, that would be annoying.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to say.
So be prepared to be annoyed.
Yeah. Probably. No, exactly. Yeah. By the way, Jim, we got to quickly run through. We did Molly's game yesterday, but you weren't here for it. So do you like over under 47.5 in Lions Commanders?
Lions Commanders?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They already played. This is the easiest prediction ever.
Wait, why am I looking at it? Oh, sorry. Eagles,
I'll take the over, Ryan.
Eagles Commanders.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right, Eagles Commanders.
Yeah, 47.5.
I will go over on that.
Over. All right. Over under 239.5 passing yards for Jane Daniels.
Over.
Over. And then over under 49.5 receiving yards for Travis Kelce.
Over.
Okay. And then final one. This is, by the way, Matt Hamilton line. Will Mahomes have over under 2.5 roughing penalties on him in this game?
Under.
Under?
I think it's going to go the other way. I feel like fans of the Chiefs or Mahomes are going to be upset.
He said the same thing yesterday, yeah.
So a little bit of breaking news here. It's not necessarily tied to the Packers, but Adam Schefter. Bears are working to finalize a deal to make former Lions wide receiver coach Antoine Randall L. a new assistant head coach / wide receiver coach. So Antoine Randall L. of former wide receiver with the Commanders coming to the Bears.
Commanders, and when he was, I just remember Sunday Night Football intro. Antoine Randall L. Isn't that him?
Yeah. And where else was he, though?
He was a different team. It wasn't Commanders when he did that Sunday Night Football intro.
Yeah, I don't know. We can look that up on the other side. We got to go pole dancing. But I know on my drive home, I'll say this. Like, when I left the airport, walking to my car, using the remote start.
Matt, Chicago.
And having nobody was yelling at me at that point, but starting up my truck from Simmons Chevy with the remote start was fantastic. Not having to worry about the snow. Knowing that when I do the remote start, Matt, and this is fantastic. Having the seats start warming immediately and the steering wheel start warming immediately was different than even the previous Silverado I had. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado or Colorado, I'll recommend Simmons Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simmons Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Here's to a Wisconsin winter you will always remember. To playing outdoors in a winter wonderland. Here's to cozying up around the fire and holding someone close. And to staying downtown, where the food scene makes your heart sing. And to celebrating moments frozen in time. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your winter getaway at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Logan McIntyre, Stockport High School. Welcome.
Good to be here with you guys.
Offensive lineman. You had a teammate, Lawson Meyer, this year that you blocked for a younger. What was it like senior year to be able to block for him and him having all conference year?
Just growing up together, I knew he'd be a good running back, and it was good to see him win a couple of all-conference awards this year.
When you look back in your time at Sauk, what's going to leave the most impression from you being an Eagle?
Definitely just the true leadership that I've learned and the hard work it takes to be an athlete, and all the role models that I've had throughout my time between Nolan Vills, all my coaches teach me well and what true hard work looks like.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
They dance above me as I sing.
Phish Friday continues on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. That's later on. I'm sure you'll see the video of Matt and I partaking in our hot sauce bet with David Kaplan from ESPN Chicago. And it was hot, Matt Hamilton. Have you recovered enough to finish up the show?
Barely.
All right. Let's get to pole dancing.
We asked, and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it's been a hot Phish Friday, which means we got to take it out right with some pole dancing, guys. And this is one I saw earlier today from those guys over there, 2 to 5 at ESPN Milwaukee, Kyle Bruston Norman. If you could only put a no-trade clause on one Wisconsin star athlete, who would it be? The Brewers' Jackson Chourio, the Bucks' Giannis Antetokounmpo, or the Packers' Jordan Love? Matt Hamilton, you're the Wisconsinite. Well, not Wisconsinite, but you're the Wisconsin sports fan.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
He is, but so are you, Jim.
Yes, I am.
Yep. All right, Matt, who would you pick?
I don't think I would put one on Jordan Love. It's either Giannis or Jackson Chourio. I just feel like Giannis. I'm going to go Jackson because the Brewers love to trade away good assets and make us irrelevant again. So I'll say Jackson Chourio.
They gave him that 7-year contract. They don't really need to trade him.
They don't need to, but they will.
Okay. All right. Pessimistic Wisconsin sports fan.
Only when it comes to the Brewers.
Fair.
I'll put it on Giannis just from the idea that, look, Jackson Chourio, before Jackson Chourio was Christian Yelich, before Christian Yelich was Ryan Braun. Like, in baseball, you can draft and acquire and grow stars. In basketball, it's 1 in a billion. And Giannis, also 1 of 5 on a court. He has more of an impact than Chourio ever will. Like, look at Mike Trout.
That is true.
Mike Trout has done bupkis as far as winning games in his life. And I'm not saying that'll happen for Chourio. I think he's a great player, and I think the Brewers are going to be good. But I'm just going on the sheer math of it. 1, it's nearly impossible to get a star in Milwaukee for the Bucks in the NBA. And 2, 1 of 5 has more of an effect than 1 of 9. So.
All right. Very, very fair point. And quickly, guys, before we head out of here, we had some Free Food Friday here in the office today, some Pizza Hut brought into the office. Mm-hmm. And on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, they asked, cold pizza, delicious or terrible? Jim Rutledge?
Oh, delicious. I love cold pizza. Yeah, I eat cold pizza probably. I almost never warm up pizza after it's been after it goes cold.
So when you say cold pizza, are you saying cold from the fridge or cold because it's been out on the counter for like 6 hours?
Cold out on the counter is elite, but I'll eat it from the fridge too.
Elite.
Oh, I love cold on the. It's a whole thing in my house because my wife's like, you're gonna die. There's cheese
yes,
that sits out.
that is a thing.
I don't know. I grew up we'd just leave them out. Like even when as a kid, like we get pizza Thursday or Friday, and then have some on Saturday to be sitting out to eat it. And obviously living in dorms, yeah.
You never put it in the fridge?
Over a day?
Like overnight, and then have it next day.
Oh my god,
that's dicey.
Living on the edge.
Never had a problem. Never had a problem.
Oh, lucky you. Your stomach was built for that hot sauce.
I guess so, yeah.
Hamilton?
I prefer to warm it back up, personally, but I won't microwave it. I throw it on a cast iron pan or something and throw it in the oven.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be something ridiculous and bougie.
He's right.
No, like if you could do it in the oven, it is best. And the
100%.
trick, especially with like the frozens that are thin, just heat a pan up on the stove and like warm it up from the bottom. And you get the crispy bottom crust again. Yeah.
The trick is to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. What are you waiting for? Go be a winner this weekend. And go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Thanks, Matt Hamilton. Thanks, Chrissy. Thanks, Primetime. Thanks for listening. And if you missed today's show, listen back Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places, including watching us back on YouTube.
We'll see you later. Have a spicy weekend.
Bye.
Are you frustrated because you can't seem to lose that unwanted